Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Doctor Who now has the subtlety of a sledgehammer. That's right. Dot and Bubbles, Season 1, Episode 5 recap? What's this? Russell T Davies channels Black Mirror in a story of AI, shallow social media, and posh white supremacy. That's right. This week's story was about racism. Whole group of people would rather kill themselves, essentially go to certain death, than allow Fruity Gatwa, the new Black Doctor, to help them. Funny how they never chose to explore racism before with the White Doctors. Couldn't possibly show black people being racist towards white people, could they? Interesting times. Interesting. Anyway, should we take a look at this and also the overnight ratings and also the fact they're still blocking reviews? Yes, I think we should. Please do hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. The ratings were not good. The overnight ones are pretty bad. They peaked last week. They've gone back down. Of course they have. Of course they have. And I think they peaked because, well, Fruity Gatwa wasn't really in that episode. But anyway, let's take a look, shall we? So as it says here, look. They like this. This is The Guardian. So, like, of course they did. Of course they liked it. But here it is. It was strikingly stylized and unusual to see an episode of Doctor Who mostly colour graded to be pastel pinks and blues until the final subterranean act, which you would have seen floating around on Twitter, where he's like, "I can help you," and they're like, "Nah, mate, we're gonna die because you're black, I guess." So pathetic. Again, the subtlety of a sledgehammer, ladies and gents. This is what we're working with here. The obvious target was the vacuousness of much of social media, but writer Russell T Davies struck out at wider themes, including the idea that AI might come to hate humans, and the arrogant privilege that comes with being, as Ruby Sunday put it, the rich kids, the inhabitants of Fine Time, have been sent off to a posh off-world boarding school, an apprentice scheme for the wealthy and conveniently attractive, where they mostly partied, some of us get eaten, was both factually true for the story and a bleakly observant pun for the viewer. Some people do get eat on. Interesting how they're like, oh, they're mostly attractive. There is a correlation to stuff like that, by the way, but never mind. The episode didn't take a side swipe at an entire generation, though. Ricky September was heroic, Gothic Paul was clearly on the case, and some of the extrapolations of tech dependence applied well beyond today's Gen Z. Lindy's inability to walk around without arrows directing her may have been played for laughs, with her bumping into street furniture, but we've all seen videos of people driving their cars into rivers because they were relying on sat-navs. I've never seen that, but okay. And then it says this, look. When Ruby Sunday and the Doctor did eventually show up in person, the cold contempt, grudging recognition of his contribution to saving their lives and the rejection of his entreaties to take them away because of the risk of contamination was beyond harsh. The survivors set themselves up to be new pioneers, didn't need to say a word about race or skin colour. The subtext was clear. Gat was initially incredulous, then raw reaction to it will, you suspect, go on to be one of the defining clipped up moments of his portrayal of the character. Basically, he's black. And they don't like black people. Subtle. Super lame. Like, genuinely, super, super lame. The episode was all about racism. So it is what it is. But what do the ratings say? Well, we'll just get right to it. Not good. Last week was 2.6 million. This week is 2.12 million. None of these are good. These ratings are not good. It peaked last week, 2.62 million. That was definitely a fluke. It was a fluke because there were some like football World Cup or something like that on. I don't know. I don't watch football. I don't care. Or soccer if you're American. So that's why. And we don't actually know how the BBC counts a view. I've taken a look around to see, what I can find. And the closest thing to it is literally a few seconds on a show. And they will count that as a view. Which, 2.62 million immediately after some like football finals. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe half of them clicked off, though. Which will probably be the case when we get the +7 and the +7 +4 TV viewerships in for last week. But this week, 2.12 million. So it has absolutely gone down. It's not a surprise. Like, this is expected. This is to be expected. Understandably so. Again, subtlety of a sledgehammer. And you know, when you're like, well, you know, Doctor Who always explored these themes and blah, 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 blah. Well, I didn't see them exploring racism with white people and black people. But now you've got a black gay Doctor. You're happy to do that then. Like, we all know why they're doing this stuff. We're not stupid. We're well aware this is what they're doing. It is pushing a narrative. It is, again, incredibly subtle, not subtle. And that's why, ladies and gents, they still haven't allowed audience reviews on. So if I click on all audience, click on the reviews anyway. None of these have updated, ladies and gents. They still have not updated them. They are still blocking the reviews. They allow the number to change. The number has fluctuated. But they're not allowing any updated actual reviews on. Now, we know Rotten Tomatoes is in cahoots with Disney. We know that. Like, that is something which is 100%. You don't believe that, you're a naive tard. Because they quite literally changed the entire review process because of Captain Marvel. And now they're doing this. So, again, to be, you know, just the fact that it's just disgraceful, quite frankly. It is disgraceful. But again, it goes to show actually just how bad it is. They've allowed some other reviews on from critics, I think. Yeah, May 30th is one. I don't think they've got anything newer than that, though. Maybe that's just because people aren't watching it either. But it is a dive. It is bombing. It's not good. And these ratings are not good. 2.12 million. Pretty bad overnight ratings, to be fair. And it wasn't exactly massively great weather yesterday. It was alright. In the evening it got cold. So you can't use the excuse of the weather either. And again, you can't use the excuse of the weather when we have the BBC iPlayer reviews in. Or viewership in, sorry. And coincidentally, have you noticed, even on Doctor Who TV, they quite literally list it. The Audience Appreciation Index is a score out of 100, which is used as an indicator of the public's appreciation for a show. Over 90 is considered exceptional. 85 or over is excellent. 60 or less is poor. And less than 55 is very poor. Well, where is it? Where is the Audience Appreciation Index for Doctor Who? They don't advertise it. They don't show it. They've not released it. And there'll be a reason why. There will be a reason why. Again, not stupid. You know it's not going to be good. These figures, they'd be singing from the rooftop if it was good. So there you go. 2.12 million. Pretty bad. What do you guys think? Do you like the on-the-nose storytelling of racism? White privilege? Ugh. Anyway. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear it. Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. If you like what I do, please do support further via Patreon. You can sign up for as little as $2 a month, which is less than a coffee. So please do check that out. I do get demonetized. So support your boy. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye now.